All right, welcome to Webtalk Legends, episode 13 with Yori Mariscal,
Yo, what's up,
um,
guys?
25-year-old from El Paso, Texas. He recently joined with CFAM Records, and you can find him on SoundCloud. And he just joined Webtalk with us. So, how you doing, Yori?
I'm actually doing great. I had a great morning. What about you?
Same thing. I actually didn't realize today was Mother's Day when I scheduled this. So my
No, me
wife's a
neither.
little mad at me, but it's cool. She understands.
That's good.
I
That's
try
good.
not to take up too much time. So Yori, what I always like to start with is why music? Why did you choose music, and what led you on that path?
It's funny because at the beginning, I actually didn't choose music. People would think that I would start since high school, and I actually didn't. But a lot of people told me that I would be good in music. So eventually, once I got out of high school, I started getting into, making instrumentals. And at first, I was just freestyling, but I noticed that I kind of had I don't want to say an act. I had a niche for it. Let's say
Yep,
that. I started writing to it, and it just became a hobby, and now it's turning into a career, which I'm really happy that it is turning into a career. That's how much I pretty much got into that. I can't say it was all by myself. My brother Alan Snow, who's also signed by CFAM Records, well, he's the one who began doing music, so I was just always there next to him, and you could say he influenced me to begin making music. So me and him started making music together, and I guess it just popped off after that.
it's kind of crazy. There, it's like other people planted the idea in your head, and it kind of just grew on you.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
cool.
exactly.
Yeah, I like that. So what drives you to get up every day, and just go do what you love, do the music? What drives you to do this?
Well, if I have to be completely honest with you, I'm an anxious person. I mean, everyone has their own little problems, but every time I start making music or distract myself or even go into the studio, it's very therapeutic for me. And
Hmm.
that's one thing that I really like. Even just working with different people. Of course, meeting different people does give me some anxiety, but just making connections and networking is what really makes it pop. It's what really makes the experience just so much better.
That's really cool. Anxiety they say is just the fear of fear itself.
Hmm.
Um, and I actually believe that. Once we learn how to conquer that fear, dude, it's so powerful. To be because like myself, man. I remember my first time stepping into a studio, and my heart was just ah. But I can stand on stage in a million people, and it doesn't even affect me. But getting to a studio, I was super nervous. So yeah, once you conquer that, it's all downhill from there. You just easy ride.
It's something I actually experienced something similar because when I started recording the first time. I went with a friend named Leo. I started recording with him, but I was just so nervous, and I had to be like, stop. Let me go ahead and record. But once I started performing, it was. I'm not gonna lie, it was a piece of cake. I guess it's because when I was little, I do like talent shows and stuff. So I guess that's
Right.
that's what helped me, perform in front of a crowd.
Yeah, same here, man. We love being in front of people, don't we? All right, so I'm sure you hear this all the time, and I wonder what keeps you from listening to these people.
Hmm.
Um, we all hear when we pursue our dreams. Why don't you just focus on keeping your real job, and moving up there?
Oh, yeah, I've heard that a lot of times, and I mean, not to put anyone on blast, but even my baby mama's mother, it's a hobby, get a real job and this and that. I mean, and I just got a promotion in my current job, which I'm in, and I'm very grateful for that. But I'm already pushing so much, and I already got signed by CFAM Records. That I mean, this is basically just the beginning.
Yep.
And I mean, why not? Why I could have a other job and still do my music. I mean, a lot of people could say, I guess it really depends because people could say that they know what they're doing and they really don't. Because
Right.
there's really artists here, especially in El Paso. It'll be like, I'm gonna record something, drop it, someone will find me, and that's why you get that, like, get a real job or stick to your 9 to 5. But if you know what you're doing, if you really want to pursue it, if you're not scared to go for it, then just go for it, and it's not a waste of time. Like unless
Yes.
you're looking for a handout.
Yeah, right. You talk about the guys that would just, they record even might be even a great song, it could be a hit, but then they just drop it and do no promotions. I was actually that
Hmm.
guy for a while. I had roughly like almost 60 songs out there, and a lot of them are really good songs, but nobody's ever heard them. Just because. So you got to do that, like you said, you got to just do it right, pursue it, and do the promotion
Exactly.
because it's like best-selling author says he's a best-selling author, not a best writing author. So there's a big difference there.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's actually that's a great saying right there. It just
Yep.
gets to the point. Um, so yeah, when it comes to that, yeah, like, well, like I said, I mean, right now I'm just working on stuff. I mean, I'm working on, well, not stuff. I mean, working on music, but that will eventually bring revenue. But in reality, I mean, it's good to make revenue, and I'm really glad that I got signed. That was one of my dreams. But it just, like I said, it just makes me happy just putting out music. Some people like it. All right.
Hmm.
And when it comes to, like, when I mentioned that some people are like, look for a handout, look for somebody to find you. Like you said, it doesn't mean that you don't make good music. I know a good amount of people here that actually have 10K. I know this other kid that has 200K. Like, and like I said, it's great music, but either they don't know what they're doing, or they get, let's call it locally famous, and
Hmm.
they get satisfied with that.
Yep. Yep. So let's see here. So tell me about like when you first started actually pursuing music. What
Hmm.
what did you expect then, and how different is that today?
So what I expected back then, I actually really didn't expect much. With my friend from Juarez, Mexico, he had a great idea. His ideas were huge. We're gonna make this, we're gonna drop this, we're gonna make it. Someone's gonna find us. We're gonna get signed. Okay, la di da. But when I started, I actually just wanted to make music. When I heard my first track that I made with my brother, I was just like, oh shit, wow, like, it's great. I was happy. I was just content with that. I was like, if my friends hear it or people that I know hear it, cool. I was satisfied with, oh, yeah, great job or whatever. But and yeah, like, I just didn't really think much of it back then. It was just they're supporting my friends, and well, they wanted me to make music. They like how high the bars I dropped. So
Right.
I just got involved. But at the start, yeah, I really wasn't that invested into it.
I like that because you know how many times I actually hear, man, I thought I was about to drop a song and make it rich, and get big overnight. And here you are talking about how you was like, yeah, I just did it for the love of doing it. And,
Yeah.
now I'm actually pursuing, and that's actually really a great message to give to people. Because if you just do something for the love of doing it and it's just your actual passion, it's you're more likely to stay doing it.
Exactly. Exactly.
So I know you're starting to get a little momentum.
Hmm.
And you joined the CFAM Records and whatnot. I know you said you didn't actually expect to go anywhere, so it's probably a hard question to ask. But is there been a time when you felt like you would give up? And what was that like for you, if so?
Well, in the beginning, well, we already got past that. I wasn't that invested, but
Right.
as I kept going, I invested in a camera, started making my own YouTube channel. I actually started getting fans, so I was like, okay, maybe I could go like get somewhere with this. So I had my show. I'm not gonna lie, it was very vulgar. Um, I was dropping new music. I was making my own beats, which were subpar. They're pretty mediocre. So when I dropped my first EP or mixtape, whatever people want to call it,
Mhm.
it got some views. I mean, it got some plays here and there, but I really did expect it to pop or have, let's say, in the 10,000s of plays. But I didn't logically think it through, because it's like you don't have that many fans to begin with.
Right.
So it's like a few. I was so eventually I was grateful for the few hundred that I got, but I guess that was after a few years. I guess it was a 2 or 3 year mark where I was like, you know what, I might just give this up. And to be completely honest, I was also getting distracted by like, females and stuff. And
Life gets in the way.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I mean that's it's not a good thing. Don't get me wrong.
Mhm.
It's not like I don't want to make excuse. Oh well, this girl, she distracted me. But yeah.
Yeah, we got to get, life does find a way to get in the way. And it's actually, I think that's like a test to see if this is with anything, to see if you're going to stick to it. I feel like that is a test. Life has to throw its distractions at you. Um, so what was it that changed and made you actually just stick with music?
What made it change was the loyalty and patience that I had to have with a lot of artists that I want to collaborate with and producers. Because at one point it was like, just be patient, better production, um, getting more out there, being more public, more promotion. Yeah, just great marketing production. But I really didn't have that at the time. And until I started going to, well, like I said, my friend Leo, he ended up getting a way much a better studio, and he really helped me through. He helped me record a lot of tracks. He cut me some slack. A lot of my friends did as well because they're artists. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm surprised they're not signed because I think their music is a little bit better than mine, and they're even younger. But you could always learn from somebody, whether they're
Yeah.
old or young. But yeah, I started forming great relationships, and the music just kept getting better and better, no matter what. Like, work and life will throw shit at you, but as I just kept progressing, I just kept liking my sound. And I used to dance a lot, and of course at first I wasn't that good, but eventually I got really great. I did really well, so I'm seeing the same pattern with this, but this isn't something I want to let go.
It's become part of your soul, huh?
Hmm.
That's what happens to it, man. It's great. That's why I love music so much, because it's like it reaches inside people. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Like if I make an emotional song for whatever emotion, and I can make you feel that emotion through just the music of the beat, even that to me is kind of a magical thing. Only music really has.
See, because one thing
Um,
that I haven't gotten a lot was the chills, and then sometimes I hear you know, another artist's song, my friend's songs, my songs, and it's a good song, gives me chills. I guess that's what I live for, the passion, as you said
yeah,
before.
yeah. So, any advice for anybody who might be watching this? They're thinking of either pursuing whatever their dream is, or even thinking of giving up on their dream. What would you tell somebody like that?
Well, my advice to them is if you're planning to give up, think about it. Just make sure that you really think it through, because maybe there is a temporary problem that you're facing. Maybe something's in the way and you're thinking, I have to give this up completely. Maybe you don't. Maybe you just have to be patient, put music on pause, and then go back to it. If not, there really is always a way. Um, we all have different problems. I mean, like I said, I guess we some people could stress more, some people may have more problems, but there really is a way. If you're just patient, if you're positive, and you really truly believe in yourself, you really can push it. Because I mean, for
100%.
example, with me, every time that I failed, or every time that I started getting sad or depressed or whatever. Usually, I mean, if I tell myself you're an idiot, you can't do it, you're not enough, that's not gonna help. And eventually, some people like to, let's say, wallow in that, they're in their self pity, and eventually, it's just like, no, you have to keep pushing. No one's gonna push you. And yeah, like, and not only that, you could say that you're alone, but sometimes you even ignore the people that are willing to help you. You're like, no one's gonna help me, and it's like, I got you. No, no, I'm fine. I'm fine. Like, people can't
Yep,
assume. So
it's human nature.
yeah, exactly. And it's just like, just keep pushing and be positive. I know it's hard. It's really hard. Sometimes you're just like, I don't want to be positive. I don't want to hear that. But it's just the truth. You really just have to find in yourself to keep going. And because at first you're gonna be pushing and you don't want to be there, or you're just still sad, but you just keep doing it. and keep
Yes.
it really does get better. It really
There's
does.
one absolute truth in this universe. It's whatever you focus on is what grows. So if you focus on that negative, that's what you get. If you could learn to turn that around into positive, you'll build so many new things in your life. So Yori, this is the section I like to call the selfish plug. So
Okay.
just go ahead and like tell people where they can find you, what you do, what kind of music you make, all that. Go whatever you want to say.
Okay, so the selfish plug. So with me, you can find me on all platforms, but most of my songs are on SoundCloud. That's where you could go ahead and find me. Yori the Villain used to be my previous name, so usually you can find me like that, but it's just Yori Yori. Well, with what I really like about my music is just actually working with my brother and working with Johnny. So now my music is more available. You could find it in the CFAM records, in our website. Not gonna lie, I'm not, quite not sure how it's called, but you could find it on my SoundCloud. So what you'll notice about my music on SoundCloud, I do have different artists and they're very talented. I'm very grateful that they're on, but my music tends to have different emotions. Like for example, you will have there's even a EP called Mixed Emotions. It's free. It's free downloadable and everything, and that was, I guess that was after a breakup, and it gives you different emotions. It gives you the general outline of what happened, and then the good, and then the bad, and then I have my other songs, which I'm not gonna lie, some people think it's funny, and one of some of my friends call me on. I always talk about females or hoes, and I have those. I guess it's a party music, and then you'll have the serious kind. Yeah, it's just I guess my music's just all over the place because
Yo,
you'll find reggaeton, you'll find Spanish music, you'll find sad music, emo boy music, or like some suicide boy type music. It's just it really is all over the place. So I like, I guess the word passion is what I
yeah.
just want to put down because I really like doing everything. Whatever music I like doing, I'm gonna do it. And if you're the type of person that likes that, then go ahead and check out my stuff. I'm an anime loving crazy little dude. That's what I usually rap about
That's great.
too. And I'm very energetic. Could be vulgar at times, but believe it or not, some of my songs actually don't even have profanity in
Hey, I'm the same dude. We would actually probably click a lot because that's the same way as my music. I got rap, metal, country, reggae, everything, and the same thing. It's just all about because you love to do it. And people ask me, they're like, "What kind of music you do?" I'm like, "Whatever feels good."
Yeah, and I saw that in your bio, and I was tripping out this morning. I was like, man, I should look through this last night. I was reading your bio, and I'm like, yo, this is an interesting dude. Like for
Well, I appreciate
no
that, man.
sugarcoating. Yeah. So like when I saw you were that you made music and whatnot, I was like, well, after the interview, I'm gonna go ahead and check your check your stuff out, man.
Right on. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do the same. I think I did actually. I went to your SoundCloud, but
Mm,
I'm more on Spotify, so I'll look for that link if you got your
yeah.
Spotify's on there.
Yeah, I got my Spotify, a very limited selection. Not gonna lie to you, I have to
Yeah.
really work on
Oh, I gotcha.
it.
Yeah, I only use Spotify because everybody else does, and then my wife paid for the family plan, so I'm like, might as
Yeah.
well use it then.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I guess with me, one thing I'm gonna have to find is Spotify users. I guess I've been having so much trouble with that, but I do notice a lot of people do use Spotify. I mean, even I
Yep.
have it on my iPhone.
Right, right.
Yeah,
Well, you got the right record label. Johnny knows what he's doing there, buddy.
yeah, he certainly does,
He
and
sure does. Shout out
thank
Johnny
God.
Apollo.
Yeah, shout out to Johnny Apollo for putting me on my brother's CFAM records. Couldn't be more grateful. And what I really like about the label is that we really just communicate. It's we're all together, and it's really because of a great leader, because of Johnny.
Yep, I
That's
love the
that.
name actually. I didn't realize at first how he created the name, but just the C fam, it sounds like family. So I'm like, I love that.
See that, and that's you could really, and it's very relevant. Like the name is just it just pops, and I like it a lot.
Right.
And it's hilarious though because me and my friends call each other bees, like bzz, bees.
Oh,
So,
yep.
so instead of they call me Cobb, but instead they call me Bio. So they'll be like, they're like, "Oh, you went with C fam. We're gonna make B fam." And yeah, they always talk they always talk shit, but they're great. They're great dudes. They're just joking around.
All right. Well, guys, appreciate anybody watching this video. This has been Web Talk Legends, episode 13 with Yori, and you can find his Web Talk link in the the description for this video, and go ahead and give him a follow, and we'll get him set up so he'll have his links on the Web Talk as well, so you can find his Spotify from there.
All right.
And looking forward to the next one, and say goodbye, Yori.
All right, bye. I just want to say thank you so much, Daniel. This was awesome. I really enjoyed talking to you. You're a very interesting dude. And just for anybody watching live, also go check out his music because I'm definitely gonna go check it out. He's a very interesting dude, and I really had a blast, man. I really enjoyed talking to you. And even after this live, I hope I could continue talking to you more, man.
Definitely, definitely. All right, we're gonna end this right now. Hey, goodbye, everybody.
All right, later, guys.